Glimpses of India. This chapter gives a glimpse of the diversity and richness in our country, through 3 stories. First part is, A Baker from Goa, by Lucio Rodriguez. This story is about the memories of the traditional bakers of Goa. The second part is, Coorg, written by Lokesh Abarole. It depicts the natural beauty of Coorg, a district of Karnataka. The third part is, Tea from Assam, written by Arup Kumar, and tells the story of 2 friends, who visit the tea garden in Assam. Part 1. A Baker from Goa. This is a pen portrait of a traditional baker, from Goa. What is a pen portrait? Just like a portrait describes the detail of a person, a pen portrait describes a person in detail, but using words. Let's start.
Our elders are often heard remembering nostalgically about those old Portuguese days. The Portuguese, and their loaves of bread.
The author's elders remember about the days when Goa was colonized by Portugal. The people are nostalgic about those old days, the Portuguese people, and the loaves of bread made by them. Nostalgic, the happy feeling of thinking about past.
Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. Those age-old furnaces still exist. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished.
Furnace, a traditional baking oven.
The sound of the baker's bamboo, signifying his arrival in the morning, is still heard. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the profession. He becomes a baker. These bakers are known here as potter. During our childhood, the baker used to be our friend. He used to come at least twice a day. Once, in the morning, when he set out for selling. And then, again, when he returned with his basket empty. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet him. Why was it so? Was it for the love of the loaf of bread? Not at all. The loaves were bought by the maidservant of our house. What we liked were the bread bangles that we chose carefully. The baker made his musical entry on the scene, with the jang-jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. One hand supported the basket on his head, and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with, "Good morning," and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. We kids would be pushed aside, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the fence, and peep into the basket, somehow. I can still recall the fragrance of those loaves. Loaves for the elders, and the bangles for the children. Then we didn't even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouth properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely, after all. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread, known as ball. Just as a party or feast loses its charm without bread. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. And for Christmas and other festivals, cakes and balinhas are a must.
Ball, for marriages. Bread, for party. Sandwich, for engagement. And cake, for festivals.
Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. The baker or bread seller of those days had a strange dress, known as the kabai. It was a single-piece long frock, reaching down the knees. But in our childhood, the baker used to wear a shirt and trousers, which were shorter than full-length ones, and longer than half pants. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant, which reaches just below the knees, invites the comment that he is dressed like a potter. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall, in pencil. Baking was a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this.
What does this mean? Their plump physique, that is, their slightly fat body, is an open evidence of their prosperity.
Even today, any person with a jackfruit-like physical appearance is compared to a baker.
Means, anyone with a fat body is compared to a baker. Now, Glimpses of India, Part 2. Coorg. Lokesh Abrol is a renowned doctor, and also a writer. In this essay, he beautifully describes the beauty of Coorg.
Midway between Misa and Mangla sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women, and wild creatures. Coorg, or Kodavu, is the smallest district of Karnataka. It is home to evergreen rainforests, spices, and coffee plantations. Evergreen rainforests cover 30% of the district. In monsoon, it rains enough to keep the visitors away. The season of joy starts from September and continues till March. The weather is perfect, with some showers. The air breathes of invigorating coffee.
Invigorating, giving energy.
Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies, in significant corners. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. According to a story, Alexander's army moved south along the coast
and settled here in Coorg. These people married amongst the locals, and their culture is visible in martial traditions, marriage, and religious rites. The traditional Coorgi dress is a long black coat with an embroidered waist belt known as kafia. It resembles the kafia worn by Arabs and Kurds.
Let me make it clearer for you. The Coorgi people are supposed to be of Greek or Arabic descent. Means, their ancestors were Greek or Arabic. Firstly, according to a story. Have you heard of Alexander, who invaded India? His army came to Coorg, and when returning was impractical, settled here. They married amongst the local people. The traditions there are distinct from the Hindi mainstream, which supports this story. As most of the soldiers were Greek, the Coorgi people are possibly of Greek descent. And why should they be of Arabic descent? The long black coat, with an embroidered waist belt, known as kapia, is worn by Kodavus, that is Coorgi people. A similar dress, known as kafia, is worn by Arabs. As kafia resembles kapia, Kodavus are possibly of Arabic descent.
Coorgi homes have a tradition of hospitality.
Hospitality, friendliness.
And they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers.
Tales of valor, stories of courage and war.
The Coorg Regiment is one of the most awarded in the Indian Army. Do you know the first chief of the Indian Army? General Karippa, a Coorgi. Even now, Kodavas are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. The river, Kaveri, obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Maracia, a large freshwater fish, is abundant in these waters. Kingfishers dive to catch the fish, while squirrels and langurs throw partially eaten food, for enjoying splash and the ripple effect in the water. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahouts. The relaxed individuals transform into the life of high-energy adventure, with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Many walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekkers. Birds, bees, and flies are there to give you company. Macaques, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and slender loris keep a watchful eye from the tree canopy. I do, however, prefer to step aside from wild elephants. The climb to Brahmagiri Hills brings you into a panoramic view of the entire landscape of Coorg. A walk across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisargadaama. Running into Buddhist monks, from India's largest Tibetan settlement, at the town, by Lake Up, is a bonus. The monks, in red, ochre and yellow robes, are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by visitors, searching for the heart and soul of India, right here in Coorg.
Don't worry, if you are not able to remember the facts, you can watch the animated summary, the link is in the pinned comment. Now, part 3. Tea from Assam. The good thing is, that it is more of a story than an essay. So, you will not find it boring. Prince Joel is a youngster from Assam. His father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam. He invites Rajver, his classmate, who lives in Delhi, to visit his home during the summer vacation. In the first scene, they are in a train.
Chai Garam Chai. Chai, Sahib.
Give us 2 cups.
They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone there was drinking tea, too.
Do you know, Prince Joel, that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world?
Wait. Tea really is very popular.
Rajver was looking out at the beautiful scenery. But because Prince Joel was born and brought up on a plantation, he wasn't interested in the scenery. He was busy reading a detective book. It was green everywhere. Rajver had never seen so much greenery before. Against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea bushes stretched. There were tall shady trees amidst the bushes. In the distance was an ugly building, with smoke billowing out of the chimneys.
Hey, a tea garden.
Oh, this is a tea country now. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime.
I have been reading as much as I could about tea. No one really knows who discovered tea. But there are many legends.
What legends?
Well, there's the one about the Chinese emperor, who always boiled water before drinking. One day, a few leaves of the twigs, burning under the pot, fell into the water, and when he drank the water, he felt it delicious. It is said, they were tea leaves.
Tell me another.
Well, we have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations.
Ascetic, monk, sannyasi.
10 tea plants grew out of those eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. Tea was first drunk in China, as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century, and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage.
The train stopped at Mariani Junction. Prince Joel's parents were waiting for them. Soon, they were driving towards Dekiabari, the tea garden managed by Prince Joel's father. An hour later, the car deviated off the main road and entered the tea estate. On both sides of the gravel road were tea bushes, all neatly cut to the same height. Groups of tea pluckers, with bamboo baskets on their backs, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Prince Joel's father slowed down to allow a tractor, pulling a trailer load of tea leaves, to pass.
This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Baru? It lasts from May to July, and yields the best tea.
You seem to have done your homework before coming.
Yes, Mr. Baru. But I hope to learn much more while I'm here.
Thanks for watching. If you want to watch the summary, the link is there in the description. Please like and share this video. And subscribe my channel for more such videos.